I don't know. It's a funny old world, isn't it? How many times in our lifetime do we say something small and insignificant that turns out to be life-changing? I reckon we've all done it. I do. That was the most life-changing thing I ever said. It was a change for the better, though. My Irene was one of life's good puns. Never heard anyone say a bad word about her, and they would have had me to answer to if they had. Best thing I ever did was to marry her. Anyway, back to the point. I may have ruined things for Mary. In fact, there's no may about it. I have definitely ruined things. Not deliberately, of course. I'd never do anything to hurt her. She's been off on compassionate leave and comes back today. I don't know what to say to her.
Mr. Jones, how are we this morning?
Oh, we're all tickety-boo, Mrs. Marsden. How are you?
Oh, I am very much looking forward to seeing Mary, of course. We've missed her.
Me too.
Really? I am surprised, given the circumstances.
Circumstances, Mrs. Marsden? I'm not sure what you mean.
I think you know perfectly well to what I allude. Never mind. I trust you and your sidekick will be attending the meeting later on.
Oh, we wouldn't miss it for the world, would we, Arf?
You what?
Never mind. You can count on us, Mrs. Marsden.
10:30 sharp. Good morning, Mrs. Woodthoe.
Good morning, Mrs. Marsden. You all right, love?
I'm very well, thank you. Though I prefer Mrs. Marsden.
What's got up her backside?
Charming.
Sorry, love. You know, I've always been more comfortable with the physical side of life.
I wish you two would get a room.
Oh, you heard that all right, didn't you? It's not me, it's her.
He's just in denial, Arthur. It's a while since he's experienced a real woman. He'll come round.
No, he won't. The only thing that's turning is my stomach. Now, come on, Arf. We've got to get a good seat for this meeting.
Ooh, we can all cosy up together.
Oh, God in heaven help me.
Well, as meetings go, that was a shocker. What are we going to do now? The rest of the place will hate us. Permanent curfews and designated chaperones. You know what that means, don't you, Jack? Jack!
Eh?
I said you know what that means.
Oh, sorry, mate. Miles away. What means what?
The meeting! Designated chaperones. It means we can't go out without a babysitter.
Oh, that. Don't worry about it. We'll find a way.
And what did you think of that new woman? The manager woman?
She's just been brought in to do the dirty work that the Führer can't be bothered to do.
Well, I don't like it. I feel uneasy.
Oh, stand by your beds. The Commandant approaches.
Gentlemen, let me personally introduce you to Miss Difford. Miss Difford, these are the two gentlemen I was telling you about.
Eh?
The two gentlemen who need extra attention.
Oh, right. How do you mean? Are they mental?
What? No. Well, no. We'll talk about this later.
I'll keep an eye on them.
Come along, dear. You can meet the others now.
Well, that's made me feel even worse. Special attention. What the hell does that mean?
It means, my dear old chum, that we are winning.
How do you work that out?
We've got them rattled. It's all part of the grand plan, Arf. Don't you worry.
Hello, Mary, love. How are you? Lovely to see you back.
Hello, Arf. Well, I couldn't keep away, could I? You okay, Jack?
Me? Yes, I'm fine. I'm just...
Just?
Arf, do me a favour and give us a couple of minutes.
Yeah, of course, mate.
Is everything okay, Jack?
Yeah, no, I should be asking you that.
Oh, I'm okay, Jack. Life has a way of working things out.
But are you okay with me? After I dropped you in it.
Oh, bless you. Of course I'm alright with you, Jack. You didn't make me do anything, did you? I'm a grown-up. I make my own decisions.
But I was indiscreet. It's all my fault. Why aren't you angry with me?
Jack, now isn't the time or place, really. But let's just say Steve was no angel either.
Look, it's none of my business.
Oh, look at you. You're genuinely upset by this, aren't you?
Of course I am. I know how precious it is to have another half.
Listen, he is many things, but he is not my other half. I'll tell you all about it one day, but I better be careful with it being my first day back.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry, Mary love, for everything.
I'm fine, Jack. I've got the kids. Mum's helping out. If I need any male company, I've got you and half, haven't I? Ugh, talk of the devil.
Can I come back now?
Of course you can, mate.
Can't keep up with this Lothario Mary.
Hey?
Well, one minute he's chatting to you, and then he's flirting with Betty.
Betty?
Oh, leave it out. She's a nightmare.
Well, I think it's lovely. I'll put a word in for you.
Only if the word is arsenic.
That's a horrible thing to say.
She's a nightmare. She keeps using, well, inappropriate comments. Innuendo or whatever it's called.
Well, I'm of the opinion that you're encouraging it.
Stop it, it's not funny. Anyway, what's the deal with this new manager woman?
Oh, Miss Difford. I'll fill you in later. But just watch yourselves. I've got to dash. See you two later.
See you later, love.
Yes, see you later, Mary. It's lovely to have you back, and thanks.
You right, mate?
Me? Yeah. Just see so much of Irene in her.
Betty?
What? No, Mary, you clot.
I know. I was teasing you, mate. In what way, though?
Oh, you know, that stoical sense of calm. No matter what life throws at her, she seems to be able to cope with it and still keep a smile on her face. Us men, we think we have the monopoly on bravery, don't we? But we don't know we're born, really. My Irene brought up our kids and managed the house while I was out at work all the hours God sent. Never moaned once. When I got back, she'd always have a smile for me. I just worried that I took it all for granted. I can still see her eyes, you know. The first time we met, and she looked at me. Well, I was gone. Lost. I just melted and never recovered. You just know, don't you? We were inseparable after that. Used to annoy me mates, but it was pure love, nothing else. I can see those eyes every night when I put my head on the pillow. They smiled. Even as we got older and the wrinkles and crow's feet wrote their tails on our faces. When she died, I could still see her. All over the house, in a chair, in the garden, watering her geraniums, in the kitchen, moaning about the mess I'd left. It went on for years. It was like being haunted, but in a good way. And it was like she'd never gone. I could hear her laughing at the telly, crying at her soppy books, but always with a little grin. That little hint of a smile that just let me know she loved me in spite of everything. I lost that the day I moved in here. Nothing familiar in here, and she stopped haunting me. It's one of the reasons I hated coming here. That was the day I lost her. Then Mary started, and it was like she was here to replace her. Not in that way, but when she tells me off and she's got the same hint of a smile, that same look in her eyes. It's beautiful, you know, Arf. You probably think I've lost my mind, but, you know, I truly think she's an angel. Oh, for Christ's sake, Arf, I was talking to you.
Huh? What?
I was talking to you.
Oh, sorry, mate. Must have drifted off. What were you saying?
It beggars bloody belief. I pour my heart out and you're snoring like a bloody warthog.
Sorry, mate. Happens to the best of us.
Oh, he looks all stressed. Do we need a nice relaxing massage, do you think, Arf?
Leave it out. We're having a private conversation, actually.
Well, you can confide in me any time. I'm very open-minded, Jack.
Oh, so's Jack, love. Some days he'll have brown bread, and others he'll have white.
Oh, he can butter my crust any time.
Will you two stop it? Come on, Arf, it's time for our afternoon constitutional.
Come on then, Casanova.
See you later, handsome.
I don't care what you think should happen. This is what Mrs. Marsden has told me, and this is what is happening.
Oh, be reasonable. We're both adults who are perfectly capable of looking after ourselves. This is a breach of our human rights.
Legally, I'm not sure that's entirely true, Jack.
Shut up, Arf, I'm handling this.
If you do not step away, I'm afraid I shall have to arrange for you to be restrained.
Restrained? I'm in a bloody wheelchair. What are you going to do, put a wheel clamp on me?
I will use whatever means necessary.
What is going on here?
This woman... You are a woman, aren't you? This woman is trying to stop us from going out today, Mrs. Marsden.
That is not an accurate representation of the facts, Mrs. Marsden.
Are you an android? Are you human? If I tap your head, will there be an hollow metallic noise?
Refrain from making any physical contact with me, Mr. Jones, or I shall be forced to restrain you.
Best do as he says, Jack. We don't want to cause trouble.
Mr. Jones, you were very clearly informed that the more vulnerable of our residents were to be chaperoned on any external jaunts.
Yes.
So I do not see what the problem is.
Oh, I see. You think we are vulnerable?
Correct.
Well, we've been looking after ourselves very nicely, thank you.
Well, the local constabulary would not necessarily agree with your summary of the situation, Mr. Jones. And we wouldn't want to cause them further upset, would we?
Apparently not.
So, in order for you to go out today, you will have to accept that you'll be accompanied by your new permanent chaperone.
And who is that?
Mrs. English? Mrs. English? Oh. Jackie!
Yeah?
Are you ready to accompany Messrs. Jones and Rowe on the daily exercise?
Oh, you are joking.
Oh, I've never been more serious, Mr. Jones. Mrs. English here will ensure that you will not get into any unforeseen difficulties each day, won't you, Mrs. English? Excellent. Well, that's settled then. Now, get your coat on, Jackie, and keep an eye on these two. I wouldn't want either of them to come to any harm.
This is an outrage.
Calm down.
Wait until my family hear about this.
Jack.
Yeah?
Not you. Come on, let's go. No, you get off. Arf always pushes me. And don't stand as close to us. Right, let's get a cup of tea in and make plans. Oh no, it's her again, the dopey daughter.
Right, I'll park here there and I'll go get the teas in, Jack.
Yeah?
Not you.
Usual.
Yes, please, mate.
Jackie! Do you want anything? Jackie!
Deaf as well as stupid.
Why is she not answering me, Jack?
Yeah?
Cup of tea, love?
No, love, you'll have to buy one.
No, I wasn't asking you. Oh, never mind. Hello, Louise. How are you, love?
Bored.
Bored? Well, at least you've got a job. Your mum not about?
No, doctors.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Hope she gets well soon.
No, she's having a smear test.
Oh, right, 3 teas and a tea cake, please. Oh, wait. Did you want a tea cake, Jack?
Yeah?
Not you.
Yeah, as in, yeah, I want a tea cake, Jackie, or... Jackie?
Give it up, Arf.
All right, Jack.
Yeah?
It'll be Christmas before we get out of here at this rate.
Just wanted to know if you wanted a tea cake, Jackie. Make that 3 tea cakes, Louise, please, love.
You want them cooking?
Well, if it's not too much trouble, given that the advertisers toasted tea cakes, I would have thought that one of the minimum requirements would be some form of application of heat.
You what?
Yes, please.
3 tea cakes cooked, apparently. That'll be about £5, please.
About a fiver.
Well, till's broken, innit?
I'm sorry?
No need, ye never done it.
So, will you bring them over?
Oh, all right.
Thanks very much. Always a pleasure. Thick as mince, that one.
Who?
Louise!
No, she's got a degree. She's not thick.
A degree? In what?
Beauty therapy theory. Whatever that is.
What is the world coming to, Jack?
Yeah?
Not you. We need to do something about this, Arf. It's driving me nuts.
3 cooked tea cakes.
Thanks, love.
What the hell are these?
Tea cakes.
They look like someone has already eaten them. What have you done to them?
I cooked them. The microwave.
You're supposed to toast them.
Oh, same difference. Here's your tea. Have a nice day.
Unbelievable.
You're not eating them?
Huh?
What?
Waste not one nod.
Ah, reminds me, I must sign up for the day trip at the zoo.
Stop it.
What do you think of this new woman, then?
Who? Miss Difford? Well, she seems somewhat officious.
Officious? That's an understatement. We need to do something about her.
Careful.
Oh, to hell with being careful. It's time to make a stand, my good friend.
Yes, and look where it got you last time.
Fortune favours the brave.
Ah! The first recorded use of this expression, or close variations. Audaces fortuna iuvat, which means luck helps those who are brave.
I genuinely do not care.
Well, I was just trying to help.
Oh,
Bloody hell, Jackie, you made me jump. What's wrong?
me the poo. Gone right through me.
What a genuinely unpleasant moment that was.
Yes, but rather useful. Quick, wheel me to the counter.
What? Why?
Just do it. Hurry up.
Okay.
Sharp. Hello?
Aye, what is it?
I need a broom, please.
A what?
A big long thing with a brush on the end. Something you've probably never used.
Oh, whatever. Here's one.
Right. Wheel me to the door of the dunny.
What are you up to?
Just do it. Hurry up. Right. I'll just lodge this in here and then... They may take our lives, but they may never take our freedom.
That is generally the worst Scottish accent I have ever heard.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Hello? I finished. Hello? I'm stuck.
Right, it's your round, Arthur.
How do you work that out?
Well, it stands to reason. I bought the teas, so you buy the beers.
Oh, go on then. We'll need a drink once he finds out what we've done. What you having?
Pint of bitter, please, Arth.
What can I get you, gents?
Pint of bitter and a small dry sherry, please.
What?
We don't have dry sherry.
Sweet?
Oh, yes, honey.
No, I meant sweet sherry.
Ignore him, Gerald. His sense of humour is matched only by his good looks.
Do you have any sherry?
No.
Half a lager lime then, please.
Arth? Get a pint.
You know that doesn't agree with me.
I rarely agree with you. Now get a pint.
Go on then, Gerald.
Coming right up.
What are we going to do? I think that was quite mean to lock her up in there.
She'll be fine. I mean, I'll miss the scintillating conversation, but I think we'll manage.
But we'll get into all kinds of trouble.
Oh, we'll pop back after this drink. Dopey Louise won't have noticed. In fact, I'd be amazed if Jackie noticed.
It's just not fair. She's not a bad girl.
We are taking back control of.
Here we are, gents. That'll be £6, please.
£6? Outrageous. I remember when it used to be a couple of bob for a round.
Yes, but the war put the prices up.
Cheeky bugger.
There you go, Gerald. Take one yourself.
That's very kind of you.
There you go, Jack. Cheers.
Cheers, Arth. You're good elf. So I said to her, in that case, I think you're nothing more Then an android in disguise.
Cheers!
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I hope you had a nice afternoon.
Oh, hello.
The game is up. Come with me, now.
How did you know we were here?
Just stop it, Jack. It's okay. We'll come back now.
No, I want to know. How did you know we were here? Gerald? Have you been grassing us up?
Not guilty, Your Honour.
Home, now.
I'll just finish my pint and we'll be with you.
You are just making it worse for yourselves. I just hope that Mrs. English doesn't make a formal complaint, for your sake.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
You can be thrown out, you know.
In Colditz, they just shot you for misbehaving. Here, they promised to set you free. I'm starting to like the sound of this.
Come on, Jack. I told you this would happen.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
And what is more, I just hope for your sake that Mrs. English will be reasonable enough to not want to press charges.
Press charges? What are you talking about? I explained. The fact that she locked herself in the lab has nothing to do with me or Arthur. That dopey cow Louise doesn't know her arse from her elbow.
Mr. Jones, I do not tolerate bad language.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. If brains were dynamite, she wouldn't have enough to blow her earwax out. She properly locked herself in there.
She made it very clear that two gentlemen, one of which was, and I'm quoting here, an old raspberry.
Rude.
These two gentlemen asked for a broom which she gave them, and then she didn't see it until later, when poor Mrs. English was discovered locked in the lavatory with a broom lodged into a door handle.
That could have been anyone. You can't prove it was us.
Are you denying that you were in there?
I'm saying nothing till my lawyer is here.
Oh, a lawyer won't be necessary. A chat with your daughter will suffice.
Leave her out of it. She doesn't care about me.
Oh, I'm sure that's not true. In fact, I spoke to her just half an hour ago, and her kind donation will help us hugely.
What donation?
Well, let's just say that she was less than impressed with your behaviour, and she made a very generous contribution to our development fund. You can discuss this with her at the opening of our new games room next month.
Don't worry, I will.
Now, we have things to do. Perhaps, Mr. Jones, you'll reflect on your behaviour for a couple of hours. I really don't want to have to speak to your daughter every week.
Now, it's tea time, everyone. Get yourselves sat down. Mary will be round in a minute. And remember, 1 biscuit each, please.
What the hell was that about?
You just have to be more careful, Jack.
All right, boys. Are we having a lovely day?
Oh yes, super.
Oh, what's wrong? Can't you decide what biscuit to have on your quota?
What's that all in aid of, Mary?
I could tell you, but I would have to kill you.
Oh please, the release would be a sweet pleasure.
Oh, it's not all that bad.
Listen, the Führer over there seems to be able to see where I am at any time of the day or night. She's employed a woman who seems to have learnt all her diplomatic skills from the Gestapo. I'm not allowed out without the company of a woman whose main form of communication appears to be a description of her bowel movements. And now, to top it all, I have to choose between rich tea and a digestive. It's the end of days, Mary.
Finished?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do not tell anyone where you found this out. She's put a tracker on your wheelchair.
What?
Shh.
Where?
Will you keep your voice down? You're making it so obvious. It's there, attached to that bracket there.
The sneaky old bugger. You wouldn't notice it, would you? Right, let's get that off there now, or... Hang on. I think we could have a bit of fun with this.
I don't think I like the sound of that.
I pass no comment. Listen, Keep it to yourself, and I told you nothing. I'm not sure I want to hear any more of this plotting.
See you later, Mary love, and thanks.
Now, listen to me. I've got into nut trouble lately. What are you up to?
Oh, don't worry yourself off. This is going to be fun, and I guarantee you there will be no repercussions this time.
So how come we're allowed out without a chaperone now?
Use your brain off. She thinks this tracker idea is fail-safe.
Well, you've got to give it to her. It is clever.
Oh yes, it's very clever. Up to a point.
That's the bit that worries me. What have you done?
Never you mind. Now, fancy a trip to the pictures?
We can't do that. We're going to be back in half an hour.
Who says we do?
Oh, don't start all that. You know what will happen? As soon as we settle down to watch the film, she'll appear. The Bride of Frankenstein. To take us back.
Oh, I wouldn't count on that. Now, come on. There's an all-day Laurel and Hardy special on at the Flicks. Just trust me.
Oh, why is it whenever you say those words I want to run away?
Come on off. When have I ever let you down?
Good evening. Here's your teas, boys.
Thanks, love.
Thanks, Mary.
We are looking pleased with ourselves, aren't we? What are you up to, Jack?
Me? Why would you think I'm up to anything?
Oh, a few things, really. Firstly, you swanned back in here over 2 hours late. Secondly, you didn't seem surprised that Mrs. Marsden and Miss Difford had an emergency appointment in London. So didn't witness your late return.
Oh, I'm sure they'll get to find out.
You don't seem too concerned about that.
I am.
I wouldn't worry too much, Arthur, love. The fugitive here seems rather too cocksure for my liking.
I really have no idea what you are talking about.
Really? Oh, changing the subject completely. Thank you for lending my Ryan that guidebook you had of the Science Museum. Saved him a few bob. Here it is.
No problem, Mary. Did you have a nice school trip?
Yes, he did, thanks. But he had a question for you.
Fire away.
He wanted to know what this thing was that was sellotaped into the back of his guidebook.
Oh, that's where it got to.
What is it, Mary?
I have no idea, Arthur. It looks like some kind of tracker.
I love it when a plan works. Are they on the way back?
Yes, although they were stuck somewhere near Croydon when we last heard. A signal failure.
A shame.
Would one of you mind explaining what on earth is going on?
Oh, yes. Harrison Ford here decided to get his own back on my boss today. As you know, Arthur, she had placed a tracker onto Jack's wheelchair. Now, Jack here, remembering that my Ryan was going on a school trip to the Science Museum today, selflessly lent me his ancient copy of the guidebook.
Well, that's kind of him.
Oh, I'm not sure that his motives were entirely charitable, Arthur. You see, unbeknown to me, he had taped the tracker into the guidebook. When you two didn't return in time, she checked the tracker and saw that you were in London. You weren't, of course. You were at the Flicks, having a lovely old time. By the time the pair of them got to London, the tracker was winging its way back to in Ryan's satchel. She is not going to be happy when she gets back.
She will go mad. We are in so much trouble, Jack.
Of course we're not. She's not going to admit to tracking us, is she?
You sneaky old bugger.
You can ask her yourself. They've just got back. Now don't be too smug.
Good evening.
Hello, Miss Marsden. Hope everything's okay.
What?
Your emergency?
Oh, that, yes, a false alarm. A somewhat wasted journey.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yes, I'm sure you are, Mr. Jones. I'm sure you are. Now, come along, Miss Difford. We have work to do.
Do you want me to check the chair?
No, that won't be necessary.
The chair, Miss Difford? What do you mean?
Nothing, Mr. Jones. Now just enjoy your tea and biscuits.
Surely you mean biscuit, Mrs. Marsden?
What? Oh, yes. No, I've changed my mind. Mary, back to 2 biscuits each, please.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Marsden.
You are a terrible man, Jack Jones, a terrible man. She'll get her own back. You know she will.
Oh, I doubt that half. But I'll have fun watching her try. Custard cream off?
Oh, I thought you was more of an hobnob man. Room for a little un?
Oh, leave me alone.